Yes. So as a spiritual being in a physical body,
good words.
As far as intuition and this knowing, like, how can I make this stronger to be able to listen to my intuition and
well,
these
here's the thing.
Psychic abilities and whatnot?
You see, if you say, how can I make this thing that isn't very strong stronger? You're focused upon this thing that isn't very strong.
Okay.
So you can't get there. So, but if when you're in the vortex and you feel it, then emphasize it. In other words, acknowledge it. Say to yourself, oh man, I was driving down the freeway and I knew what that guy was going to do in that car before he do it. I knew that he was going to change lanes right in front of me. He wasn't signaling, but I knew it. You do know it, don't you? You do know it. And then when he does it, say, I knew that. I knew that. I've been tuned into that broader knowing. I've been tuned into, in other words, just watch for the evidence of it because it's all around you. And when it happens, acknowledge it. Acknowledge it when it is working and don't worry about it when it's not. Acknowledge it when it is working and don't worry about it when it's not. As Esther began receiving and expressing for us, she asked us again and again because the only thing she cared about, every time she stood leaning on the podium getting ready to allow us to come in, sort of hanging on for dear life because who knew what was coming next, she would say, Abraham, it is my powerful desire to speak clearly your words. It was her way of saying, now today she says, Abraham, I want to be in the vortex. I want to tune myself to the vibration of that which is you, so that that which is you and that which is me is one and the same thing, so it is seamless as it begins to flow. But you're getting the sense of what we're talking about. And Esther would say, Abraham, am I speaking clearly for you? And we always said, yes, she was always speaking clearly. Will it get better? Of course. Will I be able to hear you even more clearly? Absolutely. In other words, you can feel by the power of the question, the power of the receiving. If you have something that you care slightly about, you don't feel the power of the answer in the way that you do when you think of something that you care deeply about, you see. You just have to play with it and show yourself that you are tuned in, you are hearing, you are receiving, and acknowledge it when it happens, and it will become more, you see. We want to say to you that we can feel the power and the clarity of that which is you. And the word enlightenment doesn't just speak to the desire that you hold. It speaks to the allowing that you've already figured out. We want to say to you that as you just be easy about this, that you're right on track. In other words, there isn't something lost that you have to find, and there isn't something that hasn't evolved enough that needs to evolve more. You're just right on your path. You're right on your path. And if you will just remind yourself every day, this is supposed to be fun. This isn't supposed to be a struggle. It's not an assignment. It's supposed to be fun. It's something that I'm reveling in, not something that I'm working at. Yes. Very good. Good time for a segment of refreshment.
Thank you.